You're back for some mind-bending predictions of Counterpart Season 2. I'm Dan Salem. I love this sci-fi show. Season 1 kind of blew my mind a little bit, opened it up to new possibilities. We did a whole video on open questions for Season 2. We did a video recapping Season 1. There's still so much to discuss. These are my predictions. This is what I think is going to happen in what can only be described as the most counterintuitive, esoteric sci-fi TV show out there.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp. Woo! Season 1 ends, and our Howard is on the other side, and other Howard is on our side. Both Emilys are now conscious. Claire is a mole, but only Peter and other Howard know. Pope is dead. The massive conspiracy of the other side attacking our side, I think it was phase 1 that went down. There's a lot of other stuff, but basically, there's a war that is just brewing. The tipping point was this first attack. Now, I put quotes around Pope's death. I don't think Pope's dead. That's my main prediction. Pope is not dead. He's like the lead of the other side's resistance. I'm not sure that he doesn't want to F up both sides, and he's like a third party working against both. My point being, I don't think he's dead. We haven't introduced, face-swapping technology or anything, but everyone has their counterpart. What's to say that someone's counterpart didn't get plastic surgery and we aren't aware of their existence and they just don't look different? There are so many options here. We have not been introduced to Pope's counterpart. There is a bad guy on our side. I do not think that the third and fourth floors are good, but there is a sleeper mole from our side on the other side's fourth floor backtracking the attack to us so that we can backtrack and start the war. There's multiple people on both sides sleeper agenting to start this war. Now, Season 1 had us believe that was Pope's doing. I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I think that, yes, while he is trying to start a war for revenge purposes, there are other people that want to profit off an open border, and there are other people that want to profit off a closed border. Back to Howard Silk, our man of mans, two of them. Our Howard is going to spend almost the entire season on the other side. That's kind of my bottom line prediction. We want him to get back. He's going to be fighting to get back. I think he gets back by the new two-part season finale. They did a two-part season finale last season. Season 2, probably going to do the same thing. I bet our Howard gets back and sees his Emily awake out of the coma by the end of Season 2. I also think that our Emily is going to fall for other Howard, whereas other Emily has fallen for our Howard. Are you following along? It's a little... And then there's one daughter on the other side who doesn't quite know yet what's going on. I think she's lying. I gotta believe she's clued in and that she is in deep as well. Maybe on the third-party resistance, Claire and her father, I don't believe, have this simplistic view of how things work. Her dad is not as easygoing and simple as he makes out to be, not by any means. Peter's going to get killed. I don't see him surviving Season 2. I loved him. I just think he's going to be a casualty of war, much like Ulrich was a casualty, much like Pope was a casualty. Even Pope didn't actually die, in my opinion. Claire's gonna kind of lead us. So we really followed Peter in Season 2, and then Peter handed off to Howard at times, handed off to Claire at times, more Baldwin than Claire. I think Claire takes out Baldwin. Claire kind of leads us back. I think she's the one that's going to be back and forthing this season, whereas Howard was, and I don't think he will be anymore. Perhaps Emily does, but we're going to get a couple new characters. It's inevitable, and they're going to be sleeper agents. The sleeper agent phenomena, we just kind of tipped that iceberg last season. We're going to discover a few more on both sides. We're going to discover a couple of people without others, because that's kind of a unique phenomenon, right? If you don't have an other, much like other Howard and other Emily's daughter does not have an other because of a miscarriage situation. That's what we're told. Finally, I want to take it back to the fourth floor and this box with which they communicate to their subordinates with on both sides. This really speaks to me that they're caught in the void. Now, I touched on this in my open questions, whether they actually exist on either side or if they're in the middle in a place that just is its own standalone universe. It would make sense to me that if one universe split into two, there's a spot where they overlap, and that spot is kind of gone to crap. Physics gone to crap. And so you can't actually see the things inside it, and I'm not sure that they can see out. So you probably can't see in and you can't see out, but you can communicate through this box, which transmutes the frequencies to understandable signals on both sides. Now, what is or is not inside this middle ground area is up for debate. Are they trying to hold it together so it doesn't completely fracture one universe or the other? It would make sense to me that this fracture could grow, much like a crack in the earth. And then one side could go away, or the other side could go away. Or they could heal it, and then it would become one again, but there's two of each person. Yes, my mind is blown too, but this is why I love this television show. We're going to find out many things in this season. We are going to see who's in the fourth floor and why they're talking through a box. I predict it. It might not come till much later, but we're going to figure it out. I also think that while Pope is not dead, he is going to help our Howard. And we're going to figure out what all those cell phones do once and for all. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to the BuzzChomp YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing videos on Counterpart all season long. Can't wait for the season 2 premiere. This is an amazing, crazy, mind-bending show. It is so esoteric, and I love it because there are infinite possibilities, just like Two Universe with infinite lives. Comment below, what do you think is going to happen in Counterpart Season 2? Woo!
Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo!